Okay, go. I've made sure the mic's actually plugged in this time, so we should get audio. Sorry about that on the last one. This is going to basically be a review or a run through for block one, and I'll also do a screencast and run through like on the phone wise, just so you know what apps and stuff you need to make sure you can access it while training. But here we go. So again, you probably know who you are. Main things we're looking at is we're improving agility, footwork, and speed for State Cup. And of the 12 weeks, this first block, we've got 2 running sessions a week. Wait, tapping the screen when I shouldn't. 2 running sessions a week, 2 of the air locker sessions, which try and minimize leg work during the air locker session and minimize running work if you can, but keep them in there. 2 speed sessions, 3 strength sessions. Yeah, so the gym sessions, you're in an eccentric phase, which basically means like for the squat, which is going to be our primary movement, that you're taking longer to sit down. So you can see in session 1 of the week, it's going to be 6 seconds to sit down. Now we want a full 24 to 48 hours rest between these sessions, preferably the 48 to have a whole day between the two. That next session 2, doesn't have any eccentric load. We just move some heavy weight. It's not super heavy because we still want some speed out of it, so you shouldn't slow down too much, but it should feel heavy. And then again, at least 24 hours. You could do it the next morning, but a whole day off between is ideal. Lighter loads, 5-second eccentrics, but we'll do more of them. So session 3 is more of a volume day. And like I said to you over the phone, this is more just build tissue tolerance so that we're basically adapting well to all the speed stuff and there's no chance of injury involved in this. Conditioning wise, like I said, we got 2 running sessions. And these will regress. Sort of should feel easier week to week, more or less. Like the intensity on them will step up slightly, but you shouldn't be enough that you'll notice it will get a little bit more out of you running wise, but your body should adapt pretty well to the 2 sessions. Just don't do it on the same day as strength and have 48 hours between these 2 running sessions. Session 2, air locker sessions. Like I said, no running and minimal leg training if you can control it. If you can't, you can't. Don't obviously do on the same day as your strength days. You can put them on the days in between. That'll work fine. The 2 speed sessions are flat loaded. They're basically the same for the whole 3 weeks, and there's a purpose to that. It's just to get used to that speed load for these 3 weeks. So there won't be much change of direction work. It's just linear speed and getting some of that under your belt. We want 3 days rest between these speed sessions, and you can do them. You could do them after the strength session, or let's say if you did strength in the morning, you want to do the speed in the afternoon, that's fine as well. The strength as well, because we're just working on lower limb, more or less robustness and strength for speed, should be pretty short. 30-45 minutes absolute max. Some of them might only be 25 minutes. The session 2, which would be a good day to back up with some speed after. All right, so this is an example of what it might look like. So we'd have that moderate intensity on Monday, air locker Tuesday morning, get some running in the afternoon on the Tuesday. Wednesday, high intensity and speed in the afternoon, or like I said, you could do both of them in the afternoon, wouldn't matter. Give yourself some time in between to drink some sugar in between so you get some energy back. Go for it. Air locker on the Thursday, the low intensity strength on the Friday. Again, these could be in the afternoon. They don't need to be in the morning. That's up to you. Running on the Saturday, speed on the Sunday. Bang. Easy. Done. And yeah, I think we worked it out about once a fortnight. One of these speed sessions will be with me. The first one will do speed assessment, look at some of your mechanics and get a running profile, get that sorted. The next one will basically just start to coach some of those things and find little drills I can chuck in there to fix some mechanics, make it more tailored to you. or the running session can also be done at air locker as well if you want to do it in the high intensity or high altitude, sorry, not intensity. Monitoring wise, we want RPE, which is the intensity measure, and I'll chuck a scale on your sheet so you know what that looks like and you know how to rate it. We want the time and duration of every session. That way I can get overall load across everything, make sure we're doing enough work. I'll send you wellness questionnaires every weekend and we'll make sure that we're tracking well there too. And running and jumping load for every session I'll monitor as well. The only other things that aren't in there is we're obviously going to monitor your weight because you wanted to cut some. So that's fine. All right, so should be able to still see this. I'm going to start with the gym. This is what your gym program looks like on computer. I'll change it, like I said, in our screencast later and give you a video of what it looks like on the phone. Basically anything in yellow, I want you to chuck in. So if you're working out today and you're like, it's the 12th of the 12th, bang. So 22, then it goes green and you know that you've done what you need to do there. You don't have to worry about it. So the way that the programming works, you'll see the order of exercises down here. So anything with an A gets done together, anything with B gets done together, anything with a C gets done together. So here we have a back squat, and in between back squat, we're just getting some calf stretching in, right? So we hit 5 reps, 55 kilos. There's no tempo in this, so you just go down and up. Once you've done your 5, you'd put your 5 in. Let's say you had to modify and you're like, I couldn't find the extra 5 kilos, so I just did 50, or you did 60, just chuck that in. That way I know what you're actually lifting. Then in between that, I get a 20 kilo bumper plate or something I can chuck my toes up on. Sorry, just trying to get over here for this. Something I can chuck my toes up on, and I basically just stretch out for a bit. It does say 6 lots of 4 seconds. I'll alter that now because that's a mistake. That was for the calf raises. I think I swapped around where I wanted them. Sorry, you probably won't be able to see this sheet once. Bang. We want it to be about 30 seconds per side. And I'm just going to modify that on all of the weeks. So bear with me. Sorry about this. That's why I do the review in case there is mistakes. Bang. All right, back to day 1. And then you go back to the back squat. You do 3 reps, 65. You do the calf stretch again. It has 120 seconds rest between. So that'll be after you finish the back squat. Chuck a stopwatch on or something like that. Basically wait 2 minutes. Like you'll get the stretch on each leg. You'll have about a minute left. Get some water in, change the plates, and then you should be good to go again. Once you got the 2 rounds of the back squat in and the 2 rounds of the stretching, we're back squatting again, heavier, 75 kilos, 3 reps, and then in between, set of calf raises. There, 6, we have 4 second eccentrics. So I think that's, my toes are on there, 1, 2, 3, 4 to get down, pound back up, do it 6 times. If you're not getting enough of a stretch at the bottom, instead of just 1 20 kilo plate, you might be able to do 2, find a step, something higher. All right, then we move into the meat of it. You're gonna box squat. We're only doing 1 rep, right? So want this to be the best one you can. Moderate to heavy sort of load. Remember, this is the moderate day. So 82.5 kilos. You got 6 seconds to basically go bum down to box. So don't give yourself a super high box because you won't have enough time. Around that parallel mark is where we want that box, and just slow the weight right down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Touch the box. Don't swing, adjust, or anything. Just drive straight back up. Bang. Then you've got altitude drops. So small bench, or if you have to use that box again, you can step off that box, land in like a catch position or a jump position softly, sort of like a ninja. Stand back up, step back on the box, do it 2 more times. Then we have 3 vertical jumps, basically jump as high as you can, still catch like a ninja, reset yourself, do it 2 more times, and then 1 max effort broad jump. So what we're trying to do here is basically we're training the body to handle loads for that deceleration or that breakdown during that eccentric contraction, and then we're teaching it to be fast directly after, hence the reason why we have all these jumps in there. So you got to take a quick drink. So that's the physiology behind it. Once the back squats are done, you have 4 minutes to get through all those jumps, and then still time to adjust the weight, grab a drink. You should have like a minute of sitting around to think about life before you go it out again. That's the primary stuff for the lower body. So even if you're pretty short on time, if you got that done in a day, I'd be happy. This next bit's extra, same format, but we're using the Romanian deadlift or the RDL instead of a back squat. Same deal with the top here. Copenhagen, you have your knee on your bench. It's like a side plank, but your knee's on the bench. You can get videos for all these as well, and I'll make sure there's a library of stuff that you can access and watch if needed. But it's for 20 seconds between them. Get those 1 done each leg. Get those done as well. We're happy. We've just got some lateral lunges as well here. There's another mistake on there. Doing well. Here he is. He's not supposed to be for 60 seconds. Sorry. Bang, bang, bang. Back to day 1. All right. So here we go. Lateral lunge. 3 of. So side step. Sink down deep into lunge. Stand back up. Sink down again. 3 times per leg. It's more of a mobility range of motion sort of thing than it is to build any strength at the moment. We'll worry about that lateral strength shortly. And then we got these 6-second eccentrics down here in I1, you can see. So 6, stand tall with the weight, let the weight go down along your legs, flat back, 6 seconds to sort of hit your bottom, or that good spot where you get nice tension along the hamstrings. If for some reason you're not confident with the RDL, don't like it, or you get lower back problems or anything like that from it, any slight inconvenience whatsoever, let me know, scrap it. I got other exercises we can use. I just find this one's bang for buck if it's done correctly. So if you can't do it correctly or you're not familiar with it, let me know. We'll change it. You got the drop jumps straight after. These ones, we step off the box, step off a bench or whatever. As soon as we touch the ground, we're jumping high and then catch soft. You get 3 of those in. And we've got 3 broad jumps that are continuous. So basically you jump again, as soon as you touch the ground, you go again, and you go again. Same deal, trying to train the body to accept heavy loads, decelerate them, break them down, and then we're trying to teach it to be fast after doing that. Yeah, I know some of it should seem, especially if you do the eccentrics, both for the box squat and the RDL, right? It'll seem hard at the time. We're going to build more, so some of the sessions will build up the number that we do at a time. We've just got to see how you adapt in the first session, especially if you haven't done much eccentric training. It's the number 1 thing that leads to muscle soreness the next day. I don't necessarily want you to be sore because we're training speed. Hence the reason why we're doing it heavy and we're not doing much of it. The only other exercise in there, I4, reverse curl. You lie on your back, try and bring your knees to your chest. It's just a core exercise, but it also unloads the lower back. It makes it a little bit friendlier to go back up and do those RDLs again. At the bottom of the session, you write in the time, in minutes that it took you, and the RPE. Like I said, I'll put a scale in here so you'll be able to see, like, it's just a number rating between 1 to 10 how hard the session was. For stuff like the Copenhagen's lateral lunges, I don't really care about you writing in number of reps and stuff like that. I just want to make sure on the RDLs and the box squats that you've done the right amount, and then just write in how many jumps you did, and I'll be happy. So that's day 1, that's a moderate intensity. Day 2, super short, only 1 of these sort of formats, similar format, but we chuck the date in at the top. Your back squat, 5 of 60, no tempo, In between, we're getting some foam rolling on one ankle, then foam rolling on the X. You come back 3 reps is 70. Foam rolling again, loosen up those ankles. Then we back squat again, 3 at 80. We put a mini band, if you have one, around the knees and get some hip raises in. We want 8 of them. I don't care what strength the mini band is, really, just wide feet. It's just some glute activation before we do the heavy squats. Preferably do these back squats without a box. 90 kilos. Said you did 90 for like 6. So 90 for 3 should be easy. We should be fast. I don't want you to slow down or fatigue during it. It's still speed training. These should be speed or fast reps. Then we followed up with 3 vertical jumps. It says 90 kilos. It's supposed to say body weight. I love finding mistakes. Huh. Not sure why that's saying that. Or did I read that wrong? Yeah, not sure. This will just be body weight. 3 jumps, body weight. I'm pretty sure it's because... Right here. Anyway, 3 jumps, body weight. 3 broad jumps. And then leg lowers. You lie on back, both legs in the air. And let one leg lower to the ground while the other one stays up in the air. It comes back up. The other one goes down to the ground, comes back up. It's only 1 per leg for this. 3 seconds to get down there. Yeah, that's basically all he is. Easy. And day 3 of that moves. Here we go, day 3. It's your low intensity, high volume sort of day. So still chuck the date in. We've got the box squat. There's not all this faffing around beforehand. 75 kilos. If you feel like you need to do some warm-up rounds beforehand, do so. That you should be able to tolerate 75 kilos for 7 reps. Difference is we have 5 seconds sit down for every single one. This is a bit nasty in regards to the amount of them that you've got to do, so keep that in mind. We get that done, band around a low anchor point on like the squat rack, and you're on one knee, and you rip it from low to high, get 8 one side, get 8 the other side, and we get some calf raises in, 5 seconds to lower down, just still trying to build that ankle work for you. And then, yeah, you've got the rest of a 4-minute rest period to chill, go back again. So like I said, with the rest starts once the main exercise is done. So once you've done the box squats, there's 4 minutes to get the other exercises in, then chill, go again. And then we have the RDLs for the same sort of format, 57.5 kilos, 7 reps, 5 seconds to slow down, stand up. Keep in mind that lower back thing's the key. You can't maintain it without feeling like it's all coming from lower back and it's not coming from hemis. Scrap him, stop him, message me. I'll change exercises. We got the Copenhagen's again, 2 per leg for 10 seconds. And then we're doing a high to low wood chop. Easy day as well. Easy-ish. But that's what the gym format looks like for 3 weeks. Each session gets harder with just the number of reps. The weight won't go up, but the number of reps we're asking you to tolerate at those loads is going up. Conditioning ones look like this. So we've got no distance or speed or anything at the moment because I'm waiting for that 1.6K time trial. But we've got 2 of these, 2 different days of the week. Basically, we're going to go for 200 seconds, and I'll tell you how far to cover in 200 seconds. 200 seconds is 3.3 minutes or 3.3 minutes, 20 seconds. So if you want to do 3-minute, 20-second intervals on a treadmill, speed will come up once I find that rating for you as well. If you're going outside, you know, GPS watch, or you even just got a stopwatch, go for it. But we got a high effort and a low effort. If that low effort needs to be a walk, a very slow jog, I'm happy, but we get that done a bunch of times. It's only 4 times. I recommend if you're not doing anything before this, any moving around whatsoever, then I recommend like the air locker session, or I recommend doing a warm-up. slight jog, 500 meters, K max, if you really want to get into it before doing these. Just put the date for session 1 here, date for session 2, duration and RPE for the sessions here as well. If you have a heart rate watch or something like that and you want to chuck in what your max and average was, feel free to do so. And also chuck in comments here about how you went. These shouldn't be super taxing, somewhat hard depending on how good you are at running, but not crippling. These are to record your 2 air locker sessions a week, same time, the date that you did them, duration, RPE. Any comments mainly about whether or not you did legs, some legs, no legs, heaps of legs, heart rate and whatnot if you really want to put it in. And then these are your speed sessions. So they both look the same again. Like I said, we're just getting max velocity in and some running load for 3 weeks. But we have 2 sets of broad jumps. We focus on height with the broad jump, but still moving forward. Get 6 in, walk back, get the next 6 in. The next time you do the same thing, focus on distance. After that, we have some falling start accelerations. So basically, lean forward until you feel like you're going to fall. Then you start to run. Only 10 meters, so it's only about 5 steps. We've got one at 70%, 80%, 90%, and 100%. The recovery for those is literally to walk back to the line and go again. Then give yourself a good amount of rest, say a minute, 2 minutes. Do 4 at the 20, same thing, 70, 80, 90, 100%. Then we take about 4 minutes before we actually attempt the max velocity stuff. So from a stationary start, we have 3 lots at a 30-meter run, or 30-meter sprint, 80, 90, 100%. Then again, give yourself a minute or so, 3 lots at 40, and then 2 lots at 60, 90, and 90%. We're trying not to get heaps in at maximal because that really breaks you down, takes a lot more to recover from, increases your chance of injury. So we don't want that straight away at the start here. We will build towards that and work towards that. You've only got 12 weeks. The goal is to get you there in the best shape possible. No underlying injuries lagging around. Again, duration, RPE, any comments? But yeah, that's it for those 2. So I'll screencast what it looks like on my phone and whatnot, get you another video link for those. But I'll have the RPE and stuff in there as well so you can see. Hopefully the audio's worked this time.